Okay, it looks like I am live. So yeah, how's it going? Oh, so okay, so I guess you liked that. Cool, I'm glad. Yeah, because I don't usually do the finger tracing thing, you know what I mean? It's kind of a new thing for me, but it seems that a fair number of people like it, so I think I might try to fold that into my trigger vocabulary, you know, like when I do tapping videos or whatever. So yeah, finger tracing. I don't know, yeah, cool. Hey Quan, how's it going, man? Welcome to the show. I'm sorry about the lack of green screen. I just lost track of time. Well, as you all know, I have bad with my time management. And it's like, oh crap, I don't have much time to set up. So it takes me longer to set the green screen. So I just put up the gray sheets because, yeah, well, it's faster. And I'd rather have gray sheets than be late, I suppose. Hey Connor, how's it going? Welcome to the show. Do I have any objects? You mean like for doing like crinkle bag and the chunk of wood and my beard brush and all of that? Yes, I have objects. Hey, Nasal Benny, good to see you. So Holura, how do you say that? Hi, Holura. Hey James, how's it going, man? I haven't. Well, okay, let's see. I could play because I'm going to be using the. Well, right now I have it with the Brave browser, which lets me play Octortle, Sokoban, and for some reason the new Mastermind doesn't work in the Brave browser. But I could always start up the other browser, I suppose, and do some weird switcheroo on OBS. I don't know how hard that would be to do live. I've never tried it, but I don't know. Should be okay. Let's see. I feel like I'm getting behind on things. Cool, groovy. Hey, Goal, how's it going? Objects for triggers. Yep. Well, I'll show you. Okay, so we have a brush, which I'll probably get to in a few minutes. Got a beard brush, so we got that. I have a chunk of marble. Oops, damn, that's a loud bang. That's kind of heavy. All right, I have the jar guy. But did I pick up the probe already? The probe. I have a chunk of wood. Got a crinkle bag. And I don't know, I brought it over here just in case because some people seem to like it. The Fiberflex. They're pretty quiet wheels, but yeah, they're all right. Oh, and also some tapping. Oh, this would probably be okay for finger tracing too if I could. Yeah, I need to get a better thing with the camera, but but that might be all right. Yeah, to follow the fucking. Yeah, see, I don't like being in front of the thing I'm tracing, so I have to figure out a way of doing that. But I don't know. Yeah. So there's those. And then, of course, just babbling with you guys. Yeah, I'll probably do some finger tracing. I'll figure out a way of doing it. And, I'm going to take off my sweatshirt for a quick second. Getting a little bit warm, which is unusual because usually it's really cool down here. Oh, for those who have heard me talk about or whatever, I'm taking my third run at making a ginger bug, so I could make home brewed of ginger ale. You know what I mean? I like ginger ale, and I don't know, making it at home and having it actually be probiotic and all of that, seemed pretty appealing to me. So, but the previous two ones were miserable failures, but this one seems to be doing okay. So I've got, I made the bug and then I put it in the thing to make the first sort of get it started on the fermentation. Yeah, it was going well, and so I bottled it, and now I'm going to let it do the second fermentation inside the bottle to get it all fizzy. Okay, let me get back to my object here. My objects. I just saw objects for triggers. All right, I don't know how to read those phonetic sound symbol things for Holura or Holor. Or I'm sorry, I'm totally butchering your name. I'm almost certain. My eyes look bigger. I don't know. They're not. Maybe it's just the way the angle of the camera is on my cheap, crappy glasses. I mean, I know they looked weird in that one, that thing in that video, right? Where it's like, that was a weird thing that the camera angle did. It magnified my eye in a really weird, I don't know, I left it in because I thought, you know, wow, that's kind of interesting. It's kind of creepy too. Like, oh, somebody redacted there. Oh, okay. It's two different things. Yay, all right. All right. Well, you know, if you fall asleep, then it's okay, Clint. Tapping and tracing. Yeah, you're going to get some of both. I tend to try to go through a fair amount of trigger variety on the live stream. I don't like the idea of just doing one trigger for the stream. It just seems like a variety show should be, I don't know, think of it as being Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In or something. Well, I'm glad that, oh, French stuff. I never took French, man. I took German. You know, I love, if any of you guys have watched me feebly attempt to reading Goethe, which I've said a million times and I'll repeat again. My comprehension is negligible at best, but I remember most of the pronunciation rules. So, and German is really good that way. I mean, once you learn the rules, I mean, not to say that I do it well, but you know, it's way more consistent than English. There's like very few exceptions. In any case, hey, Atomic Ninja, how's it going, man? Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Let's see, what do I want to start with? I'm going to start with the brush, just because it's kind of the one I like starting with, I guess. So I'll just start with just the brushing, and then I'll start doing the brushing over there, whispering over here thing a little bit. Let's just start with some basic slow brushing while I'm... Oh, you know, I have braided my beard before in the past. It didn't look as good as I'd hoped. The thing about doing something like that with my beard is that would be a pretty short video, you know what I mean? There's not... I don't know how I could pad that out into me. I don't know, maybe I should just make it be a short video and just let it be short. Thank you, Saya. That's really cool of you to say. And I appreciate your existence, because if you guys didn't exist, then, well, this would be sort of a silly, just a weird guy with a long beard transmitting stuff, you know, onto the internet instantly, you know. So thank you for existing too. I keep looking down over here and it's like, oh, I have a new way of setting up the camera. I'm going to see how much I like it. I'm not sure I do, frankly. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in some ways it's easier for me to set up because it's a little bit farther away, but it makes it be so... Oopsie daisy. Sorry about that. Wow. The dog. Okay, yeah. I don't remember fressen as a verb, so I'm going to assume it has something to... So, because it's a Schnauzer's a dog, and hast mein Wiener, well, you know, Wiener, I'm certainly the Wiener Schnitzel, but you know, Wiener Schnitzel's actually is a veal cutlet, right, from Vienna, right? Anyway, yeah, that's Monty Python, right? The deadliest joke and something like that is the joke that killed people or something. I can't remember the skit completely, but hey, Yickerman, how's it going, man? Thanks for coming by. Oh, anyway, let me get back to doing the brushing of things. Heebie-jeebie. I get so easily distracted sometimes. Oh, thank you. I try. I mean, I don't know how many of you have ever watched ASMR Marvelous. But one thing I really admire about her is that she seems to move really gracefully. She doesn't seem, she moves very gracefully. And I wish I could move so gracefully. I mean, I suppose if I, you know, just tried, maybe I could. I could develop a skill at it. Anyway. Ross, you know, it's I'm taking the example from Bob Ross as well, right? He was always so deliberate about the way he did things. Get that little roll on the knife, right? See if there are more comments, okay. Top secret, right? You know, I'm thinking about Monty Python now because you put it in my head. And I liked a lot of the skits they did that were in shops. You know, well, obviously the parrot skit, which is hugely famous. And the cheese one comes to mind all of a sudden. It seems to me there was a few more like that, but I can't bring them to mind right now. Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, I haven't set it up yet just because I haven't gotten around to making a thumbnail and all of that. Let me look at my calendar because you guys are now going to be the first two here unless something changes. I haven't picked it. Oh, yeah, no, I guess I did pick a time. So on August 11th, Monday, August 11th, which is, you know, a Monday between two Mind Test Mondays, I'm going to do Mind Test live at 4 p.m. my time. So the first Mind Test live is going to happen August 11th at 4 p.m. So there you go. There will be a live gaming stream, but it's going to be, you know, Mind Test. So. And here we go. All right, I think it's time now to start the. I will brush over there. Well, I'll do some whispering over here too, as well as the soft speaking. So whisper, 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 whisper. You know, I don't know. I feel like I got the mic set farther apart now than I usually do. That's okay. It'll work. You know, so the only things I have scheduled now, I'm looking at my camera, I might as well go back to, let's go back to the rest of July. So, I haven't filmed it yet, but I'm going to do a mastermind for this coming Monday. I think I might also film a tutorial version, which I tend to do as a whisper. And I'm working on a thing. I haven't quite got it down yet, but somebody actually sort of suggested this. There's a part in 3-layer cake where I kind of make this drony hum, almost kind of like an Om chant thing, but I'm not actually chanting Om, but it's very, very similar to that. And I record myself in several layers with delays on it, like to, you know, to extend it, make all the layers, you know, sound better. Anyway, I'm thinking of making, well, the plan is to make a video that is just that through the whole video. So it'll just be this weird droning chant hum noise kind of thing going for, I don't know, half an hour or something. And I'll probably have some fractal imagery going on while that's happening. I don't know. Just because I like the fractals. I have to remember the camera's up there, man. All right, here. Let's brush over there. Let's brush over there. And I'll do some whispering over here. How about that? I always feel so awkward in doing this. I don't know why it is, but maintaining my orientation sometimes. This setup is, I feel a little clumsy. Oh, I didn't start my timers. Nope, I did not. Thank you for reminding me. So let's go to the show timer. Come on, you screwball. Where'd it go? Interesting. I think. There we go. All right. I don't know why it wasn't responding. There we go. All right, now let me get the other one. And we'll start this. So, well, there you go. You guys are going to get an extra, few minutes before the next break. So, there you go. Well, I guess we'll end up at 10:30 instead of 10:20 tonight or something like that. It's not the end of the world. So, as long as I get my breaks in, I think I will be fine. Anyway, thanks for reminding me, Quan. Oh, wow. Now that's AMN123. How should I address you? Ammon? That seems... Ammon, I don't know. What's on? Well, thanks for, your continued support, and I don't know, is loyalty the right word? But, Anyway, I appreciate the fact that you've been following me for so long. That's nice. Because, without you guys, I wouldn't have... I mean, you have to have people to start watching you to get the traction, right? So, like, the more people, especially if they've been, watching for a long time. Because it tends to be you guys that watch when I release videos, fairly quickly. Like, oh, they'll put out a new video, and then you watch it, and then that grabs, and then the algorithm seems to like it. Anyway, that's my theory. The next trigger, I don't know. Shall I do beard brush? Shall I do crinkle bag? Are you getting bored of the brushing already? Is the brushing getting boring? What I'll do is I'm going to get out, where did I do with the chunk of wood? Oh, there it is. Okay. Since I've got the brush in my hand and now I got the chunk of wood, let's do some brushing on the end grain. I need to always remember that the camera's that way, man. So I know a lot of people like to be able to see the trigger as it's happening. So I try to be mindful of that so that I feel like this is such a soft sound, but I think it can be very successful, for the ASMR tingle type thing. Have I ever brushed the end grain with the beard brush? Oh, here we go. This might be a new thing, period. I don't know that I've done this yet, have I? I don't have any hairs in it, right? Oh, that is nice. I think it's best to go one way. I think that sounds the best. Oh, I really like that one. How is that? All right, let's go over to this way. Pretty good. But what I really wanted to do... Okay, I'll do a little bit of whisper there. Finger tracing next. All right, let me do a little bit of tapping on the wood, and then I'll do some tracing probably on the marble or something. Do I do the tapping and whispering and do it like this? I can do a little bit of whispering over here while I do some tapping over there. So, uh-oh. I don't know what it is with our plumbing in this house, because that's somebody doing something in the bathroom upstairs, which is more or less directly above part of my space, but sometimes it makes a lot of noise and sometimes it doesn't, and I don't understand why the difference. Maybe it's to do with volume. Maybe people turn it up more and that's what makes noise. I suppose that makes sense. Anyway, whisper, 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 whisper. Tapping over there, but whisper, 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 whisper. was talking about the scheduled videos. So on the 21st of July will be another mind test. And then on the 24th, what I have in my schedule is that I will be doing inaudible type stuff. And then on the 28th will be octortal. Oops. Here we go. Do some tapping over there and whispering over here. Tapping over there, but whispering over here. Tapping over there, but whispering over here. Tapping over there, but whispering over here. Tapping over there, and whispering over here. Tapping over there, and whispering over here. Tapping over there, and whispering over here. All right, what else? So we wanted some finger tracing. I think I'll just do a little bit of shotgunning here in the first segment, and then we'll revisit some stuff. What has MSC got for me today? Oh, interesting. That makes sense, though, because, like, in the live stream, we have some back and forth, don't we, right? Like, you could say a thing and I can respond to it and like that, right? Whereas in a video, you can't say anything to me and then have me respond to you, I think maybe that's my guess, though, What am I going to do now? What would be a good thing to trace? I guess the marble is good, right? It's a fairly smooth object, too, so let's see if I can manage to, well, this is kind of far away, isn't it? I don't know if is that too small for you guys to actually even appreciate? And I'm not even sure how to hold it now, yeah. So we'll just kind of do this like this, I suppose, yeah. Oh, I got something on here. What is that? Something sticky on it, yikes. Well, oh well. I don't know what that is, but maybe I spilled some soft drink or something on there? Yeah. Anyway, see, it seems like, I don't know, is that still okay for tracing at this distance? I mean, I'm happy to do it, but I don't know. How effective is that for you guys? Well, I would love to let you sleep, Moonlight. Hopefully I can, do something to aid you into going to sleep. Maybe I can do some finger tracing while I go la da 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 la da 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 da. Uh-oh. That sounds like Leo. That's one of the dogs. And the reason I know that is because it's directly above me, and that's my niece's room, and that's my niece's dog, so. One thing I liked when I was doing it the other day, if I can find a good way of holding it, is doing it this thing. Okay, hang on. Close your phone. I never know what to say or do when I'm doing something like this finger tracing thing. So which do you guys like better? When I just go kind of along the edge like this, or do you like it when I do that? guess there's a sound in there, isn't there? It's not very loud, but. Hey, Rambler, how's it going, man? You're welcome, man. Thanks for coming by. Oh, you know what? Oh, where is it? You know what? I'll have to remember when I come back from the next break. Over the edge, I don't get what you mean. What does that mean? You mean like this is over the edge and this is like pinching or something? I don't know. Is that what you're after? What do you mean in the middle? Like just make up shapes or something? Or I mean, I guess there's some stuff in here I could try and follow in the pattern. It's very kind of cloudy. So I don't know what I would actually trace that would give it. I mean, I could just make things, right? Like I could say A, right? B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. Let's do it this way. Now N. Okay, and now O. And now P. Q. R. S. T. U. V. W. X. Y. And Z, or other places, Z. There we go. How was that? Like that, just doing there, like that, rubbing it as a circle in there. I switch my other hand here. It feels like, I don't know why it feels, I always feel weird like if I only do one thing and, you know, the same thing in one way. Oh, you know what? Let's do a little bit of this over here too, yeah, shall we? Although it feels weird because I don't normally do the tracing thing with my left hand, right? Oh, hey, it zoomed in on me, didn't it? You silly camera. Why are you doing that? Well, it's fine. It looks okay right now. It is what it is. I wonder if it'll stay that way. You think so, huh? I wonder if everybody else will think so. You know, over here I will do numbers. So we'll start with 0. And then now 1, this the other way. I feel very awkward trying to write with my left hand. It just seems strange. Well, I am right-handed. That's okay. So let's just start over. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's the digits. Let's see what else is going on. So what is that? Apocalypto? Apocalypto? Is that the apo being like from apothecary type thing? But all right, that sounds like that could be a fun night, man. I'm actually a little jealous. It has been recommended to me that I should avoid hallucinogens because there's, little to no studies done on how well it would interact with my Wellbutrin and lamotrigine. Circle again, yeah, okay. Oops, hang on, let me get it just a little bit straighter. All right, we're getting close to the first break. Only 3 minutes away, but the first break will just be a break. There won't be any ads. Here we go, I got an idea. I'll just do a spiral in, and now a spiral out. Let's go a little bit slower, shall we? Spiral in. Spiral out. Spiral in. Spiral out. Spiral, 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 spiral. And then now we'll go back in. Back in. Back in. And then now back out. Back out. Back out. Okay, there we go. Let me try a different trigger now for a little while. Hey Tim, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while. Were you here last week, Tim? Well, I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, my week went okay. Actually, there were some good points in it. Yeah, I can imagine. Anyway, so I've been doing a little bit of tending in the garden. I had to do a little bit of pulling out some volunteer of some grasses and bits of clover and stuff that I don't really want in there. Well, I would, but I haven't got any joints to smoke, so yeah, not going to happen tonight. Oh, okay. I think you might have mentioned that now that I think of it, about falling asleep, right? Well, you wouldn't have said it while you were asleep, but what am I thinking of? Wow, why would I have thought that? My brain just did a weird thing to me, didn't it? Anyway, heebie-jeebie. I'm not sure what my brain does sometimes. What do I want to do now for trigger? Beard brush. How about that? Let's do beard brush. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there we go. the timer is finished, so I'm going to take a bit of a break, and then we'll come back. How's that? So let me do this. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say this one, and start that one, and there we are. Okay, I'm back. So you know what? Since I was kind of pacing around and doing whatever for my spine, let me see if I can get this to go back now, because I want to try a thing. So this is I just discovered this the other day. So I was making the new ginger bug a few days ago, and I tend to use these little plastic faux ivory chopsticks that I have as stirring sticks, because they work. So I was stirring it, and then I did this, Now, do you hear that? Isn't that cool? I like this sound. Yeah, I do like singing bowls. Although I think some people aren't terribly musical with them. So I think some people are better at it than others. But I mean, that'll be the same with anything that, Man, I really like that sound. Yeah, that's going to be the same with a lot of it, isn't it, Bobby? External Q-tip, that's good. I like that. Man, I like that. Let me find a good angle for it. Because it's the angle that makes it do the thing, I think, right? Because if I just do it, I guess that can work like this. try it on the outside. I've been doing everything on the inside, so I don't know how that will... First we'll do this. Oh, that sounds more or less the same, doesn't it? I'll stick to the inside, it's less awkward. I don't know about that. Man, I really like this. Okay, that's enough of that. We can come back to it later. I mean, obviously, I can revisit any of these at any time, right? Okay. Well, you know, I just realized another thing that the chopstick is probably going to be good for is tapping. Yeah? Oh, yeah. That's a good tapping sound, I think. All right, let's switch this around. That's a nice tap. Yeah, that's... I'm sorry, I'm just totally zoning out on the tapping sound. Get sucked into your own ASMR, man. All right, that's enough of that for now. Okay, what do I want to do now? You know what I think I might do now is I think I'm going to go play some Octoral. Oh, you know, I think I already played today's dailies. I got to remember to just not do that on Saturdays. That way I could just play the dailies for you guys on Saturdays live, you know? Anyway, but let me look. Let me move this over here. Let me move this so I can still see it. That's good enough. And let me move this to there. Okay, let's go to there. Yep, all right, yeah. There we go. Oh, you know what? Let me do this. Because we don't want that up there, do we? Let's bring it down here. And I think I'll make this a little bit smaller. Yeah, that's good enough. All right, are we more or less okay? Yeah, see, it's much better when I'm doing games if I have the green screen, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just going to have to be better at managing my time, you know? You know, I was thinking the other day of like picking a wall somewhere, because all these walls are kind of rough and not, because it used to be garage/basement sort of space, right? So it's, you know, but I was thinking maybe I, try to do something where I could just have a wall painted permanently, you know, chroma green or blue or whatever, right? I would never have to set it up. I just put the camera, aim it that way. So I don't know, maybe I could just try to find a permanent space to just set it up. It's just, anyway, we'll get around to it someday, or not. All right. Oops, I'm in the wrong window, dude. There we go. Oops, I need to move this again. All right. Oh, and yeah, I did. Some of those, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to remember what I would play back in the 90s. Nothing's coming to mind. Well, I did play, the only games I played in the 90s that I really remember the titles of are the King's Quest stuff from Sierra, and they also did, I'm pretty sure they're the ones that did Leisure Suit. Was it Leisure Suit Larry and the Land of the Lounge Lizards? Anyway, what the hell? There we go. UTC-7 first. I thought maybe my keyboard wasn't working properly. All right, what have we got? That's probably guest, isn't it? Or it could be quest. What do I have? That's probably quote. Yeah, let's try quote. And, right, see, I didn't get the cue there, so it's going to be guest. Oops. There we go. I don't think I knew Day of the Tentacle. That one doesn't seem... But the other one, what is it, Fandango or whatever? What is that? Fandango. I don't know. That seems fairly somewhat familiar, but I don't think I ever played either of those two. But my dad was really into those as well. Oh, man, someone's in my eye. So he and my mom both were very enthusiastic about the whole Sierra stuff in general. And okay, what's that going to be over there? Style, I think. And leash. L-O-S. Oh, loser. Icing. Snack. And what is this? Oh, Cavil. What do you know? Let me do just a couple more of these, and I'll do some sequence games, and I'll probably do this to finish out this particular segment, and I'll do the ad break, and then we'll come back, and I don't know, think of something else to do. Is there some game that people are desperate to see me play tonight? Or are you content to just let me play whatever it is I'm going to play? What is that going to be? Third, maybe? Oh, thanks. I'm glad you do like the keyboard sounds. I'm thinking I have been thinking of maybe getting a new keyboard that's a mechanical one for when I do like mind test and stuff like that. But I like for actual typing, I like this one because it's that, it's got a little bit of, well, I think I've showed you guys before, but right, it's got that kind of a bit of a curve to it, right? You know what I mean? So that your hand can be a little bit more like at a good angle, So what am I looking at here now? Unfed. Right. Tower, maybe? Nope. Oh, I should have seen the T wasn't... dude, I hate when I get in a hurry and I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. So I... Inlet, maybe? Yeah, okay. Oh, thanks. I'm glad that the sound is working for you. That over there. Saver, is that okay? Basin, I think. Bugle, B-U-G-L-E, is that how that goes? Yeah, okay. Oh, I bet that's otter, isn't it? Yep. All right, well, yippee-yi-yay. How much time I have? 5 minutes or so. I'll do another one of these, and I'll do some sequence ones. And what is that? I'm going to put in plum. Okay, that's mouth. Spicy. Abbott, maybe? below. Below. There we go. Do I have it? Oh, I still have 2 to get these last 2. Maybe I can manage it. Let's see. That's going to be TP, isn't it? So what's this? Radio? There we go. Okay, yeah, let's go do, come on, dink to dink, and let's go do sequence practice. There we go. Oh, okay, so the goal of this game is, well, let me go back to the other one, because it's easier for me to explain it when I'm doing that, right? So if you've ever played Wordle, that's what this is essentially. It's just that you're just playing 8 games of Wordle all at once, right? So that, but all of the letters go across all of the boards, right? So, and I pick almost always, I play Cushy Joint Freak because it's 15 unique letters with all 5 vowels. Anyway, the point is there are 8 different words that I'm trying to guess. And if you see a letter in green, that means it's in the right spot. If you see a letter in yellow, it means it's in the word, it's just not in the right spot yet. So it's a little bit like Mastermind and, you know, a word thing at the same time. And let's try that. And tweak. Oops. And what is that going to be? Grant, maybe? And watch. And, oh, that's going to be koala, isn't it? Okay. Nordle? No, I don't know what Nordle is. No, what is, well, maybe I could just go look at it, huh? What is this now here? Is this going to be exist? It's going to be meant, isn't it? And what's this over here? Fixer? Or, nope, can't be fixer. Fiverr? No. There go the pooches. Oh, fiber, I bet. F-I-B-R-E. There we go. So let's do this. Let's go to here. What was it again? Nordle. What in the world? So is this more or less the same thing? I don't know. Wordle to the nth. All right, I guess I'll give it a go, but no, I don't. Oh, I see. Well, I'll just play these ones out since I have it here. So what's that going to be? Clear, probably. Oh, that's interesting. Here, YouTube's trying to tell me to insert ads, and it's like, I am going to be inserting ads soon, man. Just, holy mackerel, leave me alone. And now let me get this back. Let me look at the timer just to see what I actually do have. Oh, it's only 20 seconds. You know, so I'm going to probably finish this after we come back from the break. And this break will be an ad break, so sorry about that. But, you know, before I go to the break, I'm going to do one quick thing. All right, here it goes. Doink, doink, doink. So there, that's that. Let's go to there. Let me do this really quick. Okay, I'm back. And you know, I need to find I just realized I'm covering up a lot of the board here, aren't I? Okay, well, let me move this back over to here. 52 at once. Wow, that's crazy. I'm thinking maybe Forge. Oops, I'm in the wrong window again. Dang it. Here we go. What else is going on here? Hey, Circle Herc, how's it going? That one's going to be Ingot, isn't it? What is that one there? F-O-R-G. Oh, Forgo. There we go. Weird. Interesting. Okay, you know, I'm going to have to fiddle with this one. I'm going to go back to Octortle, though, just because it's easier for me to deal with the game layout and stuff. But I'm going to play that one, I think, a bit on my own. And I think it may find its way into regular gameplay rotation. Maybe even to replace Octortle, I suppose. Anyway, so let me get back to, what am I going to do here? Oh, I was going to do the sequence, wasn't I? Okay. Getting words, yeah, I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? As far as getting things on accident, yeah. Yeah, people have often, you know, said, wow, you know, like when they see me play this and they're not used to seeing this game, like they've only seen Wordle, say, for example, and they go, oh my God, 8 at a time. It's like, but it's not, once you just get your head, like, don't worry about it. It's just, it's not as scary as you think. Okay, so what? Bevel, bezel. How many do I have left? That was pretty. Gaudy, maybe. Diver, I guess. Yeah. This is going to be wrong, maybe. Befit. Steer. And drain. Okay. I'll do another couple of these. Well, here, let me go ahead and put in the plum. There we go. Sloop, I guess. Shunt. South. Grail, probably. Atone. And snide. Yeah, okay. Maybe one more, just for whatever. I need to move that clock down, don't I? It's covering up a little bit of that mess. There we go, that's better. Alright. Cushy. Joint. Freak. What is that going to be? Stump, maybe. Let's put in the word again here. Yep. Tenet. Polyp. Melee. Whack. Oh yeah, I played Connections every once in a while. Sometimes I do okay. Sometimes I get kind of don't see it. You know what I mean? I haven't played Strands. I don't know what that is. And Coddle, I don't know what that is either. I'll have to look those other ones up. But I have played the Connection one. Probably Villa. Nope. Valid. And Frail. And Eject. Okay. NASCAR and gaming, right on. How's it going, man? All right, let's do a different thing now. I'm doing well. I'm going to switch back over to just this bit here. I think I might do some, what do I want to do? Let's do some crinkling. I think I may do an abbreviated set of crinkling tonight. I think I'm probably only going to do the pouches. Oh man, I'm making a mess. All right. I'll just clean it up after the stream. That's fine. And then I'll use the big bag. And I'm going to move this stuff around better. There we go. That's over there. There we go. Oh wow, your first time here. Killmister, huh? Can I call you Lemmy? Oh man, don't do that. Stop, stop, stop. See, I have to be careful. It keeps wanting to do all these weird... So maybe I won't do that. Pouches anymore. LASIK? You mean like laser eye surgery stuff? No. Lemmy's a pretty great guy, man, I have to say. Well, thanks for that, Siler. Oh, well, you know, I'm glad you could make it Albanian BMX. What did I eat today? Actually, what did I eat today? Oh, you know, not much, frankly, now that I think about it. It was a really hot day, so I wasn't very hungry. This late morning, kind of a brunch-ish sort of thing, I had some fruit with some oatmeal. Did I have anything else? I don't know, it seems like I ate something else, I don't remember. But here's the thing, it's one of the very rare days I didn't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So, I suppose in a weird way it was appropriate for you to ask because, you know, it's probably like, I don't know, 10 or 15 days a year I don't eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, maybe. I don't know. Maybe more than that, but I don't think so. I eat a lot of frickin' peanut butter. Whispering while I do a little bit of the crinkling. And I'll do some even more quiet over here right now while I'm doing some maybe a little bit less crinkly stuff over there. I'm trying to do some really quiet whispering over here too while I do kind of quieter crinkling. You know, sometimes if I kind of strawberries. Well, because I like a variety of fruit, man. Although strawberries, fresh strawberries can be pretty good. But I like to eat grapefruit and blueberries. That's what I had today. I eat that pretty frequently. Grapefruit and blueberries in a sort of, I don't know, put them both in the same bowl basically. I put some grapefruit segments in a bowl, and then I put frozen blueberries on it, let them thaw, and then I eat it. Actually, I don't let them thaw completely, because I like it where there's just like this weird little, almost like, you know, popsicle-ish sort of thing going on with the blueberry. I don't know. Although oranges are good too. I'm sure I've told you guys about my grandparents, my mom's parents' house, and my grandfather had an orange grove on. I don't know what you call it. Well, they had a. It wasn't gigantic. It was probably just a little bit less than 2 acres, or right around that. Had a nice house, but they had an orange grove, and they had like plum and peach and persimmon. There were some avocado trees. What else did they have? Seems like there was a lot more there, but a fig tree that put out a fair amount of figs. The avocado tree, this one in particular, just totally overproduced. Anyway, oranges. I liked oranges a lot, and we used to pick oranges every morning from the trees and have fresh squeeze orange juice every morning, and it was like minutes from tree to your glass. That's good orange juice, man. My favorite smell. I don't have a singular favorite smell. But I like mint a lot. I like most floral type scents. I like cinnamon, the scent of cinnamon a lot. Actually, I like a lot of spices now that I think about it. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't have a single favorite smell. I never remember the names, but there's a few different perfumes that women I've dated, or well, my ex-wife as well, that, you know, I quite liked, but I couldn't tell you what they were. Yeah, the mint thing. Well, it's part of the reason I picked as part of my plants for the front garden, and the bit that I'm actually working on right now. I have 3 coyote mint plants. I mean, I just bought them as really tiny little, barely more than, you know, little seedling things, you know what I mean? They're really small, but because I can get those really cheap from this particular, I don't know, it's not really a nursery in the normal traditional sense. It's this guy, it's called Down by the Bay, and he does it out of his house. And he's very actively into the whole native plants thing for your yard. Go-to pizza toppings. Well, 2 different things. If I'm having pizza with a lot of people, we tend to get something, you know, like a combination thing, and I'm fine with that. So just lots of toppings is fine. Otherwise, if I'm picking for myself, I want pepperoni with mushrooms. That's my favorite, pepperoni and mushroom. Oh, wow. Growing anything in the desert is going to take some work, man. Yeah, this is my first, I mean, I used to help my grandparents in the garden and the yard and all that, you know, because that's what you do, right? You know, do chores for parents and grandparents. But this is the first time I've tried doing it as an adult, and I'm really kind of enjoying it. So you're liking the pepperoni mushroom too, man, right? Right on. Okay, let's get the big bag. 43 of us according to the YouTube counter here right now. Wait, hang on. Oh, wait, there's a lot of comments coming in. The correct answer was green olive. Man, I don't like green olives. If I'm going to have olives, I prefer black olives. Okay, so I don't usually eat grape jelly. If I do eat grape jelly, it's usually Welch's, you know, just because it's, I don't know, it's what I remember from being a kid. But usually I get apricot preserves. That's my favorite, actually. Peanut butter with apricot preserves. And my next favorite is fig. Oh, wow. Making olive oil. Fantastic. So here's the thing. I also like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on like multi-grain bread. So I don't like it on like white bread or anything like that. White bread is not good for peanut butter and jelly, in my opinion. Oh man, thinking of, I just realized, you know, no, my favorite thing, which I can't have anymore, is to put on peanut butter and jelly sandwich is my grandmother's plum preserves. I have never had any other plum thing in a jar that I've purchased that was anything like what she made, and it was just like, I can't, it's like, never mind, you know. But man, her plum preserves were just outstanding. People are bartering on my channel. What superpower would I want? Man, that's a good one. Flying sounds fun. So here's the thing. When I think of superpowers, I don't really think about going around and, you know, fighting crime. You know what I mean? That's just not in my makeup, really. I mean, not that I think crime shouldn't be, you know, dealt with, but, you know, I think it should, but that's just, you know, that doesn't motivate me, really. Shape-shifting, that's a good one. I mean, I suppose from a tactical standpoint, right, like what you might want is flying, shape-shifting, and invisibility, right? If you could have those three things, you could probably get out of just about any jam, you know? Hey, James. I am well. I hope you are as well. Wow, that sounds like a fantastic night, man. Circle Herc. Quality time, man. That's fantastic. Oh, it's time for the next break. But this won't be an ad break. This will just be a basic break. Okie doke, yes, I know. And let's go do this. Okay, I am back. Oh, you guys are still on here bartering. Okay, you know, I think I'm done with crinkling for the moment. I might revisit it. What do I feel like doing now? You know, I haven't done any of the beard brush tapping, though, have I? Which I know a lot of people quite like. So let's... Hey, we got 50 people now. So I'll do some whispering over here while I tap over there. 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 Let's switch. Whispering over here now and tapping over there. 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 Whispering over here now, tapping over there. And there's some pooches. Did I have any foods that I hated growing up? Yeah, I did quite a few. I don't like cooked cabbage, like, because my mom really likes corned beef and cabbage, you know. And when she did, she's passed away. But and man, I did not like cooked cabbage at all. Yikes! And I don't like Brussels sprouts either. What else do I not like? There's probably other things. I just now my brain is just not bringing them to mind. Oh, you know, I don't care for liver either. Even as an adult now, I don't really care for liver. But as a kid, nah. Did not like it. Oh, yeah. Canned spinach is blah. Fresh spinach is like, okay, that's fine. But canned spinach is just, nah. Veg-all, what is veg-all? I don't know if I know what that is. Well, clearly I don't. Man. Oh, you know, I don't care for canned asparagus either. Actually, I guess even as an adult, I don't really care that much for asparagus that much. Yeah, I agree, Tim. Oh, is that thing where it has like, you know, chopped up corn, or not chopped up corn, but like corn with chopped carrots and peas and that kind of stuff, all just tossed into one can? Is that what that is? I never knew it was called veg-all, but yeah. I don't care for that guy. You know, there's the thing. I think a lot of it is, a lot of canned vegetables just aren't that great. I mean, I like canned corn is fine, and canned green beans are fine. Oh, canned tomatoes are fine, especially depending on what you're using to cook with. Like I've used canned pureed tomatoes a lot. Yeah, that's life, isn't it? Wasn't that for the life thing? Give it to Mikey. He'll eat anything. Hey, Mikey. He likes it. Hey, Mikey. Something like that. I can't remember the exact ad thing, but generation stereotype. I think all that crap is ridiculous as far as the generation thing, Circle Herc. It's just. Well, I'm going to be 60 in a month and 8 days. Holy mackerel. 60 freaking years old. That's just. There's times, you know, it's like every once in a while I'll look in the mirror and I'll go, wait a minute, what the hell? How did I get so fucking old, man? Yeah, you know, one thing, Circle Herc, that just comes to mind, you're talking about it being harmless but amusing. I do like, there's some videos that has, like, younger folks reacting to these videos of stuff, of kids in my generation, you know, the ridiculous nonsense we used to get up to. Yeah, I mean, you know, I have to look real quick at my calendar. The 20th of August is a Wednesday. I don't know. I don't really have any plans right now for it. I was trying to think, is there something maybe I could do for, you know, the channel that might be kind of fun for, you know, kind of a birthday thing, but I don't know. I'll see if I can come up with something or not. Oh, well, since I got my calendar open back up, I might as well, let's go back, because I got you guys all the way up to October on the 28th of July. Now, the only other things I have scheduled, that takes us going into August, but is the Mondays. So it'll go Mind Test Live, Mind Test Enigma. Oh, so for those of you who came late, I've announced it for the first time tonight. I haven't put a thumbnail up and I haven't set it up yet. But the first episode of Mind Test Live will be August 11th at 4 p.m. my time. Hey, crazy. Strange urban legend, Mikey's supposed to fade due to consuming a popular candy bar of the day. about that. What is the strange urban legend? If you could, kind of describe it briefly. I suppose that might be too much typing. If it is, I'll just go Google it later. I wonder if it's one of those things that I knew and then now I've forgotten. Oh, I did hear about that. With the Pop Rocks and soda, right? Man, I remember as a kid, I liked Pop Rocks, but man, here's the thing. I liked Pop Rocks. I remember, because my mom was not big into my sister and I eating a lot of candy. So it was like, Mom, we'd be at the store with her, go, Mom, can we have some candy? And she'd like, okay, you can each pick a thing, that kind of thing. And a couple of times I, did the Pop Rocks thing because, hey, Pop Rocks are so fun. But it was so short-lived, you know what I mean? It was like, oh, I don't know. I was excited to get them, and then I was disappointed when it was over. Oh, your first major concert. Who did you go see? My first major concert was A Day on the Green at the Oakland Coliseum. Oh, crap. Was it? It was the summer. I can't remember if it was the summer of 77 or 78. And I can't remember because my mom was like really weird about me going to concerts, whatever. Anyway, it was with St. Paradise opened, and then it was Mahogany Rush. Then it was Aerosmith, AC/DC, and Ted Nugent. Tyler, the Creator. That name's very familiar. I don't think I know any of the work, though. I think I probably just heard the name. Spinal Tap drummers, that's right. They were all like, oh, I forgot about that aspect of the Spinal Tap thing, and their drummers like, oh man. Okay, I'll have to check that out. As far as the Tyler the Creator guy thing. Did you see that? Yes, I did see the original Star Wars films when they came out. That was a huge popular culture phenomenon, man. It was ginormous. I mean, in truth, there hasn't really been anything like it since. I mean, it was just astonishing, the lines and how many, I mean, there was people that was like, it was a deal. It was like this huge status symbol thing that people went and saw it like many, many times, especially the very first one. It was just insane. Yeah, I've had a couple of odd experiences. I have had sleep paralysis. I don't know if I consider that paranormal so much, though, but because I think that's just a byproduct of your, physiological function, right? But lucid dreaming, yeah, I occasionally have lucid dreams. I actually made a video about it. I think that was the video I might have made, because I did a contest a long time ago, like 10 years ago or something. And the prize for the contest was that I would make a video and then give it to the viewer, and then they could put it on their channel. And I think that might have been the thing that I made. The dream video might have been that video. I don't remember, though. Holy mackerel. I mean, I'm trying to think of what's the most odd paranormal thing. I mean, I suppose the weird thing is I occasionally have these dreams that are they're somewhat prophetic, but the thing is I don't know that they're prophetic, right? It's like I'll have a dream and then like, I don't know, like a week or so later, something like that, something almost exactly like what happened in the dream will happen in real life, you know what I mean? And it's not major things. It's not like, oh, somebody's going to die or anything like that. It's just like, ordering a particular sandwich at a particular place, and I'll be there and I'll like be looking at the menu and going, oh, wait a minute. And it's not deja vu because I remember the dream. You know what I mean? It's like, wait a minute, why would I have dreamt of that? And now I'm standing here. And it makes me wonder if sometimes some of that stuff might be driven by, self-fulfilling prophecy of your subconscious or something. I don't know. But the one that I found the most just kind of odd for me as a subjective experience, I've talked about this before several times on the live stream, so so I'm sorry if it's boring some of you. But I was in German class when I was in high school, and the public address system was actually kind of crappy. So every time they went to start it, it always did this weird, before you could hear anybody speaking. Anyway, so the thing went on, and then all of a sudden, I just kind of blurted out because I suddenly knew for a fact, without any doubt in my mind, somebody had just shot President Reagan. And so I just said, somebody just shot President Reagan. And then the principal came on and said, blah, 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 and something about President Reagan having just been shot. And it was like, what? And everybody like turned and looked at me like, what? And I go, oh, it must just be a coincidence. I was just being a smartass or something like that, because I didn't want to start having this big, complicated conversations with people about how I knew it, right? It wasn't like a weird, strange guess. It was like somehow information found its way into my head. It's like weird. Okay, we're almost to another 2-minute warning for the next break. And this will be an ad break. Just for those of you who are, okay, hang on. Yeah, joking fun. No, I don't think I've ever been any place that was famously haunted. That kind of, I don't know, I'm not. Well, see, here's my view on paranormal or supernatural or whatever. I don't think there's such a thing as supernatural. We use the label to describe certain phenomenon, right? But if it exists in our realm where we can see it and interact with it in some meaningful way, oh, stop, you silly thing. Thank you. Then it's existing in our natural world, right? So, so I understand that the label exists for, talking about things, but I think it leads people down a conceptual path that isn't good for their brains because it makes them think things that aren't possible. But I don't think most of the things, like I don't believe that ghosts are your ancestors. You know what I mean? I just don't buy that. Now, that's not to say that people haven't had weird experiences and seen stuff that we can't explain. Maybe there is an explanation somewhere, I don't know. But there's just too many weird inconsistencies of reports and stuff, and it's just like, I don't know. It kind of seems like somebody experienced something weird, and their brain, grasping at straws to make sense of it, came up with what they thought made sense. You know what I mean? That's what I think happens a lot of times. But I'm also a firm believer in the scientific method, so it's like, I'm not inclined to believe something just because somebody said so without some kind of, evidence to support it or something, I'm happy to entertain all kinds of ideas. Like the whole multiverse thing. I get, kind of annoyed by the whole multiverse when people start talking about it too much, because it's like, it's pseudoscience. They haven't made there's no way of falsifying that yet. Until you can come up with a way of falsifying something, it's pseudoscience. Oh, here we go. Break time. All right, there's going to be ads this time, so let me go ahead and set the next one going. And then I'll go over to here and say this. Okay, I am back, and it looks like I missed a couple of comments here. Rouge day. I never heard that joke from Carlin. That's funny as hell, though. Oh, okay. So, well, I'll do it, right? So the OBS, the OBS bot, whatever, camera. So like if I do this, it'll zoom, right? And if I do this, it'll zoom back out, right? And if I do this, it wants to follow me, right? So if I do, it doesn't do a good job of it, really, in my opinion, but so I don't really care for that thing. So the one I ever use really with any kind of regularity is the zoom thing, but I don't use it in videos so much. I use it to like set it up, right? How close do I want to be, when I'm filming the thing? But I don't use it that dynamically that much. But I don't know. I've been thinking of trying to figure out a way that I could, Anyway, yeah, Carlin was because he was one of those comics. Well, like a lot of comics of his generation, right? Where it was like it wasn't just being funny, right? You know what I mean? It was like comedy is art. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways, they were, it was, commentary. It was, there was layers to it. It was, yeah. But there's a lot of guys from that, like, I like a lot of old Bob Newhart stuff, too. Although it's a different scene, I guess. But I guess he wasn't really any political, but he was clever as fuck. But I'm thinking of like Pryor, and well, of course Lenny Bruce. But I guess he's a little ahead of Carlin, not by much. But because I don't know if you've ever seen any of the old black and white stuff from like the, early Carlin stuff. He looks so freaking clean cut. You know what I mean? I mean, he's still, George Carlin, so he's a nut job, but it's just funny. He looks so young and, just like some, I don't know, fresh-faced kid or something, Yeah, so hi, Kathy and Delilah. So I hope you guys, have a great existence. Is that a reasonable enough shout out? I hope you guys, well, if they're watching it with you, I hope they enjoy it. There you go. Oh, excuse me. Man, getting yawny. My poor back. I want to go do some more of this chopstick in the jar thing for a minute or so, because I really like this one. I wonder if this is, if I can position myself in such a way that I could do it and do this over here. And I can do the whispering. No, I'm not, Tim. I used to be when I was younger. But yeah, over time, well, in truth, I've become more of a morning person, but that was, to be honest, it was almost like a switch got flipped when I got on lamotrigine. It was like I, would wake up in the morning and go, okay, it's time to get up and do things, Whereas before I was always like, I don't want to get out of bed. It was just like impossible for me to get out of bed sometimes. And that wasn't even really a depression issue. At least it didn't feel like it at that time. It was just like this, maybe it was a weird part of a depressive episode, I suppose. But dude. So I'm imagining that you unleash the monster of Don Rickles on yourself, because he can be brutal, man. I've never seen him live, but I remember seeing him a bunch on the Tonight Show with Carson, and it was just like, because he could just pick Johnny apart, It's just freaking hilarious. Like he would do all those like, yeah, but it's great for you though, huh? That kind of just is. Oh man. It's my understanding though that he's supposed to be like a sweetheart of a guy, though, you know what I mean? For all of his crazy let's try doing it around again here. You know, I like it better with this way. I mean, it almost has like a filter effect on it, you know, like for a synth filter. I can imagine, man. Dude, that is... Man, I wish I'd have been there, to be honest, when I see it. That would have been freaking brilliant. So, were you able to, you know, breathe at all? Or were you just choking from laughter? I mean, I can kind of just imagine his thing is just to be like, "What? You got somewhere else to be?" You know what I mean? Just like, dude, rookie mistake, man. Oh, you know what? Here, let's do this. All right, let's try, because this is certainly going to be different, isn't it? Hey, that's pretty good too, huh? Bill Hicks, Bill Hicks, Bill Hicks. Yeah, yeah, he's okay. Wait, is he the guy that killed himself, or am I confusing him with somebody else? Hey, how am I going to say that? Wayne Pfaff or Wana Pfaff? Oh, there goes my fridge. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but. Man, I like that. Wow. Man, I wish I could have been there and see. That would have been priceless, man. Oh, man. You know, it just popped into my mind. It's totally tangential, and it's, you know, doesn't, because it's not the same sort of thing as Don Rickles at all. But except for the fact that there's interaction with a crowd stuff, is I've been watching some of Paul Chowdhury's older stuff, and I think he's pretty funny. Oh, with pancreatic cancer. Okay. Who am I thinking of that killed himself? Oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's sad that people will take their own lives. I don't know. I'm not in their head. I don't know what they have to endure. So it might be a blessing, you know. Oh man, he's another one I never saw live, but I did see him a bunch on the Tonight Show. He's a funny guy. Yeah, he's hilarious. it seemed like a lot of those guys from that era, and I'm thinking like 70s Johnny Carson thing, that like when comics came on there, if you let them come sit down, what they did then for the rest of the time while they were there was to see if they could break Johnny. You know what I mean? Just to see if they could get him to lose his, you know. I'm gonna have to figure out some weird rig that I can do multiple chopsticks on multiple jars or something. I don't know. You know, like those people that do the crystal glass. What do they call those? Glass harmonium things or whatever. You know. No. Because this was somebody that was from a while ago. I was saying like I think they died like in the mid to late 90s or something. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me. It might be that I'm just totally conflating, you know, multiple people together, and it's, you know, not reality at all. Some pooches. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't think it was Chris Farley. Because for whatever that's tickling me in the back of my head is that it was an intentional suicide. But right, yeah, Farley was just, I think, a bit, because like it was the same sort of thing with Belushi, right? It was just like crazy screwballs that just lived a little too hard, maybe, right? You know. I mean, I'm sure they were probably doing a fair amount of self-medicating as well, right? Kind of seems like a lot of guys that have that sort of sense of humor have, you know, stuff that they're, you know, demons, I suppose would be the word to use, maybe. Let's do a little bit more mic brushing for a little bit. Oh, you know, I do remember that thing about Phil Hartman. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. That was certainly a tragic thing. I thought he was a pretty funny guy. I am fine, Philip. How are you? What's going on? Oh. I didn't even catch it. just went right by my fuzzy little brain. Now he's going on to the different flavors of who's on first, right? My favorite sport. No, I'm not a big baseball fan. No. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm not really a big sports watcher, really. I mean, I can get kind of into sports when I'm with other people that are enthusiastic about it. Like, I did watch baseball a few times with a friend of mine who was really into it. We went to A's games together because baseball, I can enjoy baseball in person, but that was back when I still drank too. So I was drinking beer, So spending a pleasant afternoon in sunshine drinking beer is, that probably had a lot to do with it. And similarly, I've been to a couple of Raiders games. Actually, the same friend. One time we were in the black hole, which isn't the best place because you don't get the best view of the field, really. I don't think. I get kind of caught up into things. So like every once in a while, I'll get really into like track and field and stuff when when it's Olympic time, right? But it doesn't last, right? You know what I mean? Or sometimes I'll get fascinated because they'll do something, it'll get my attention. Like a little while ago, there was this, what's her name? Femke Bol. She's from the Netherlands, and she's, pretty, talented runner. And so I've seen a couple of clips and things on YouTube. Like, oh wow, so I'll click on them, but that's about the extent. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, I'll catch World Cup bug, but I don't watch soccer/football except for when it's World Cup time. So I don't know. I guess when it comes to sports, I guess I'm a bit of a fair weather friend kind of thing, right? I'm just Oh yeah, we did cross 50, I think. Let me double check that. Let me look at that. Let me move this out of my way. And it looks like our peak is 53. So how's that for something? I think my peak for the very best of a live stream is 60 something. Like 65 maybe or something like that. Yeah, which is pretty groovy. I mean, there was a time there was very few people who were hanging out here at all. And we'll do a little brushing over here now. A little brushing over here now. And a little brushing over here now. Oops, there we go. Miss. Oh, you know what else is going to happen here right now? Let me do this. Because I don't want it going off. Now let's go back to timer. There we go. Because now I'm going to go back to here. We're going to go back to there. I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to say do that. And I'm going to go on a break. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. And Oh, hey, Rob. Oh, else? Right, yeah. Early streams were like 20, 30. Yeah, sure. I'm glad you're digging them, Chief. And there's Rob. So I was actually thinking, as I was just coming back, I was going, hey, I don't remember hearing Rob chime in tonight, because I was just thinking, since I started late, you guys are getting, an extra, I don't know how many minutes, but so you're going to get a little bit extra time tonight, just because of the accident of me starting the timers late. So anyway, there you go. Hey, Kilmister, or Lemmy, how's it going, man? Thanks, man. Pop Rock's fantastic. Okay, well, you guys know how this goes, right? So, this is for Lemmy Kilmister. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. And I got the mason jar, so we know. And the crowd goes, oh. Well, I hope that was worth it. Well, I'm just glad to hear you chime in, Rob. Right on. Fantastic. Well, thank you for your generosity, man. I really do appreciate it. It's really, really cool of you. And what was I doing? Was I doing anything in particular? Was I going to do some brushing? I'm going to go play some more Octortle is what I'm going to do. How's that? So let me move OBS out of the way. Over to there now. Let me get this guy here now. Oops, hang on. Let me do this. There we go. Let's go over to here. Yippee-yi-yay. Okay. And what I'm going to do, Gushy Joint Freak. And let's go ahead and put in Plum. I'm not seeing it. Stilt? Okay. Now what? I'll put in wage, see what that gets me. Nothing. Adage. Yep, okay. Cloud. Abyss. Match. Flunk. Recut, probably. And R-E-E-D-Y. Reedy. Okay. After this, I'll go do the non-sequence version. Now let's put in the Plum Tamer, maybe. Shape, probably. Throw. Probably beach as in the tree. So what's this going to be? Dutch, maybe? Dutch or Hutch? Which one do we do? Well, let's try Dutch. Hey, what do you know? And ledge. And taunt, oops. And manner. Okay, let's go do the normal one for a couple of games. Stretch, probably. What's that one there? Maybe like Gusto or something like that. And there. Nope, 3 maybe? Nope, so what? Through, probably, huh? That could be probably prime, I think, maybe. Now what's this one here? Alley. Nope. Abbey. I should have put in plum, shouldn't I have? Anyway, I've got them all in there now, but Dizzy. And Spare, probably. What in the world? Exert, maybe? There we go. All right. Mason, probably. Lemon. Ooh, Evoke, probably, yeah. Okay. Goose. Nope. Swore, maybe. Girth. If I got 3, I've got 3, so no more goofing off here, right? Proof, that's fine. What's this one here? Relic. And video, isn't it? All right, I'll play one more. Just because I'm enjoying myself, so. And then I'll do some more triggers or something. I say sneak there. That could be dusty, busty, lusty, gusty. Well, let's put in plum. See what we get. Musty. Harry, probably. Nope. Hardy, maybe. There we go. All right, Tim. I'll see you next week, man. Take care. Get a good night's sleep. Ruddy, probably, yeah. Crave or craze? What do I got? I have 4 to get 4. Yikes. I have no spares. Let's see if there's some way I can figure this out in another one. That's going to be young, isn't it? It's going to be Bell, I think. Nope. Okay, I can't finish small, so what am I going to do? Let's say bezel or bevel. What do you know? A rare occasion I didn't win. Sting, maybe. Let's see what we're going to get over here with this. This is Snort. Mambo or something. Class. Is that going to be Hench, probably? Oh, hence. And now again, I have no more extras. Timer is my guess here. And that's RA. Grave, grade, graze, man. Richard, isn't it? There we go. I'm going to say Mambo. No, that's not right. Grade, okay, what do you know? Is that going to be cyber? No. Yeah, that was a horrible thing to have done, wasn't it? Is that going to be cubic? Yep. Hey Ron, how's it going? What do we have here? I don't see what that is. Oh, smoky, isn't it? Manic, I think. Nope, there's no M in it. Cycle. Yikes. Panic. Here we are. Is this going to be expel again? No, there's not two E's in it, or is there? Broil. Spout. And what is this one going to be? Is lapel like this? Nope. I think it's an A, isn't it? L-A-P-E-L. Oh, there's a P in there. All right, so what are we doing here? All right. All right, that's enough of that for the moment. Let's get this back over to here. And leave that alone there for the moment. And let's get back to here. All right, there we go. Oh, so what now? All right, I'm going to do some more. Let's do some more of the drawing on the marble. Do a little tapping on it too, I guess. Actually, let's do it with this first. I like that as a tapping sound. I wonder if this does anything. Yeah, it's not as nice as in the jar, is it? All right, well, let's put that. Let's just do this. I'm going to go. Let's do the alphabet again. So A, B, C, D, E, F, start to slip. G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, T U V W X Y and Z. I'm going to do some more. Let's just do this for a minute or two. Yeah. Actually, maybe I'll just play with this until the break. Yeah, these are so out of sync, aren't they? Oh, and this is going to be an ad break, but it'll be the last break, so. Let's do this way. That's an interesting sound. I just caught my nail on the edge and it kind of made an interesting sound. The big eat. Man, there's not, you only got about 18 minutes left, but I'm glad you could make it. Aloha. Let's do this over here too. I'm gonna have, let's see if I can. A nice little bonus extra noise. Okay, we're almost at the last break, and this will be an ad break. So for those of you who are going to be stuck with hearing ads, you can turn down the volume or whatever it is you need to do so that they don't yell in your ear about selling you a car or something. Actually, there's going to be no more breaks, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn this one off. Where is the break timer? It doesn't need to be there anymore. Oh, excuse me. So, what should I do now? You know, I'm going to do some more of the large crinkling bag. Oh man. Well, what other trigger would you like me to do then? Let's see. Which one would be your bag? Do you want a smaller bag? Oh man, you just slay me. I suppose then my proper response would have been, I know it's not your bag, man, it's my bag. Oh, man. Well, you know, I didn't do any fiberflex tapping or anything, did I? I spun the wheels a little bit at the beginning, so let's do a little more wheel spinning and tapping on the skateboard, shall we? Let's get over here close and we can go. I mean, it's quiet as fuck, isn't it? Hey Dane, how's it going? Not outside. I just kind of ride around up because my floor in here is concrete, so I can just sort of roll around in here a little bit. I don't know. I guess I should get up the balls and take it outside. That sound too. We go out on tour. I didn't see that until just now, yeah. Sure. I'll have my people call your people. down into the last few minutes. Does anybody have any other inquiries for me? Otherwise, I might just go back to just brushing. Brush, brush, brush. Brush, brush, brush. Brush that microphone. Brush that microphone. Okay, man. I'll see you next week. Coming up on the 2-minute warning, I suppose. You know, so I think for the last 2 minutes, I'm going to do that new thing. Beard brush on the end grain. Oh man. Well, welcome back. Besides, there's only like 2 minutes left, man. So. almost over. So I'm gonna put that there, put this over there. Okay, gang, so it's getting near the end here. And yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to tell you guys? I guess just for before everybody goes, for some of you who may have come late, I have to look at the calendar again to be certain, because I announced tonight, I haven't put the thumbnail together yet, so there hasn't been set up yet, but I'm going to do a mind test live on August 11th at 4 p.m. So there you go. The very first mind test live will be, yeah, like I said, August 11th at 4 p.m. So in August, you're going to have August 4th will be mind test, August 11th will be mind test live, and then August 18th will be mind test again. So 3 mind tests in 1 month. But it's my birthday month, so there you go. Yeah, so that's the end of that. I hope everybody had a good time. I certainly had a good time. I'm glad you all showed up. And yeah, I guess that about covers it. So aloha, siblings. I will see you next week.